all about spite, motive, and cold hard facts. Okay, those are the three things that we're going to be focusing on here. That I'm going to make sure to round out and make sure that it's abundantly clear what the whole point of this whole court case or charge.
Suavecito, first and last show. Facts. By the way, I ordered my Sonic DoorDash meal because I'm not going to scam you guys out of that. I didn't get a chance to get it yesterday, but I will be doing that as well. And when I go,
so I'm keeping it very short because I don't want to get in trouble with too much with the LCU. So I'm gonna keep it at 30 seconds. But if for some weird reason I have to take down this video and have to re-edit the last part, that's why. Till then, it is interesting to look back at Kenneth talking about Lolcow Court. What's a original show that was meant to be another add-on to the LCU. So for people who don't remember, when the LCL started to become the LCU, they had Queens with the first show to be added, and then the second show to be added was Rewind. There was another show called Lolcow Court that was meant to be added before the end of the year and beginning of the year, but that completely failed fully to the ground. That completely failed, right? And it was air on its own separate show. With I believe later on it became Lolcow. That's if not it became Local Gaming or it became Cafe. I don't remember offhand. Somebody can correct me. But looking back at that period of time and how no one knew how things were gonna play out, it's sort of surreal, very uncanny. And in a way, like seeing the way good old Kenny talk about it, you can tell that it brings back memories of a much more simpler time before everything became drama filled, everything became very exhausted, very, tiring. Where there was a new drama almost down to every single hour. I mean, that still is the case, but it has kind of petered off for the most part, but it's completely changed since then. And it feels like I'm more or less like recapping a piece of history that doesn't get touched upon too much. And maybe that's for the best. Maybe for somebody like Ken, he doesn't want to look back at a time where, his first show ever basically completely failed. But in return, it got Beans a show with later on, later on it got Bean a show. It got, Ken another show with Cafe. It got, Nightmare with a show on, Test. So it is an interesting thing to look back. But we got to move on because really besides that, Test was the only one, and I know Ozzy was the only one streaming. Ozzy is still going on. I believe that this video is being recorded and hopefully edited and uploaded. They should be done by now. And we'll go into Test real fast.
What the fuck's this bot doing? What the fuck? And he came back somehow. There we go. Bam! Ultra, are you fucking getting bummed here?
Whoa, you just done a special attack on me, bro.
Ultra's losing, bro. Get him, Josh. Get him, Josh.
Please.
Get him. What the fuck?
What is this character? Josh, you're a fucking spammer.
Dude, you fucking suck, Ultra.
I know you're worse than me, dickhead.
Bro, no, I'm not. I beat you and so did the
Yes, you are. If you're so good, 2v1 us.
Come on, bitch.
I don't even know. I don't even know how this is happening.
No, it's not
oh, bro,
2v1,
I wasn't even
fucking
focusing. I wasn't even fucking focusing. What am I doing now? I'm fighting a bot.
Come on, you keep spamming the same moves, Ultra. You want to get better. Like, you spamming the...
Oh boy, yeah, so the guy that did a whole playthrough, and obviously they did their usual, like, if you give them $50, they extend the stream for another 30 minutes. It went on very long. And those streams are very successful for some weird reason. People really like donating $50 just for them to keep going. I remember a few times they literally went and stream for like 2 or 3 days straight. And it's very different to look at that dynamic now compared to what we saw with Grim, right? Where Grim was a very different flow that now we have with Ultra and Josh. a very different flow, a very different set of dynamics. And I think a lot of people in their realm, in their sphere, really, really, really like that. I think a lot of them really enjoy when they do stuff like that. Not really much I could say. Till next time, God bless as always.